Teeing off from the traditional extreme of Britain, bold players will cut the corner to the North Devonshire fairway, shortening the tricky early carry over the River Severn to a generous, tiered green at Swansea, Wales. Aiming right of the tree at Southampton may make for the easier tee shot, but those shaping it left around Bath and Bristol will find a much simpler approach to the tight, well-protected green on the Isle of Wight. Carry the Solent from Dorset to the rolling South Downs, keeping straight to avoid the beaches at Brighton and Beachy Head. Accuracy is key to holding the precarious clifftop green at Dover. A jaunt down the Thames estuary into London from the North Kent coast gives us our first par 3. Long is better than short, and just like real life, make sure you stay north of the river. Take on this marathon par 5 with a big drive over the Severn before hitting up into the valleys above Cardiff to leave a short iron down to the long, thin green on the beaches of Pembrokeshire. Safer play from the tee ends in a far more testing approach. This welcome short par 3 features a tricky sloping green on Anglesey off the North Wales coast. Expect birdie chances on still days, but be thankful of a par when the wind blows. This short par 5 from high in the Shropshire Hills doglegs right through the Midlands to the marshes of East Anglia. Distance isn't a problem, but reaching in 2 means taking on the River Cam. Good luck. Up and over from South Lincolnshire to Merseyside. Keep right to leave a better angle for the steep downhill approach shot to a green surrounded by water and the beaches of Birkenhead. Remain mindful of the Trent and Humber rivers while driving up into the peaks. The difficulty of the approach to the thin tiered green on the southern tip of East Riding differs radically depending on pin position. Fly from the North York moors over the Tees, Wear, Tyne and Hadrian's Wall to a Northumberland fairway bounded by coastal sand dunes. Wayward approaches into Edinburgh may get some help from its surrounding hills. A fairway wood back south over Hadrian's Wall and into the Vale of Eden leaves a blind carry over the Lake District into a bowl-shaped green at Bower and Furness. Strike out into the wilds of the Irish Sea from Lancashire to a heavily tilted, ridged green on the Isle of Man. High winds can make this one a nightmare. Back over to the southwest coast of Scotland, being careful not to be blocked by the trees at Ayr and Prestwick. The raised green sits below Glasgow in the mouth of the Clyde, the firth of which runs down the left of the hole. A safe drive to West Lothian or heroic carry to Fife is the choice from the tee, leaving very different approach shots. The large, square, tiered green is modelled on the 18th at the Old Course, down to the Valley of Death in front, but there's even worse behind. A short par 4 from Perth to the North Aberdeenshire coast features a choice of landing zones from the tee, defined by the rivers of Don and Dee, leading to an exposed green with trouble right and back. New Albion's signature par 5 runs the full length of the geological fault that splits the North and South Highlands. A choice of fairways wait either side of Loch Ness and the Caledonian Canal, bounded by winding, Nessie-influenced bunkers. An easy 3-shotter, but the bowls can use the contours to shape into the green at Fort William in 2. Ever tighter landing areas nestle among the sand-bound islands of North and South East. But if you need a long club for your second, up over the cliffs of Harris to a drainpipe of a green on Lewis, you'll need to be very accurate. Take the risk and reap the reward. One last stunning view as we head back to the mainland from Skye and dogleg right along the rugged coastline to finish at John O'Groats, the northernmost point of Britain and our final green. If the flag is at the front it can be very generous, but the further left the pin, the more demanding the approach.
Hey golf fans, this is early 1981 and welcome back to the channel. I do hope you fantastic and amazing viewers and subscribers are well, and I cannot thank you all enough for the continued support on the channel. Now hopefully you did enjoy that superbly executed and very informative hole by hole course guide by the designer Trutio. It's up there with the best I've ever seen, so really looking forward to checking this course out. As always, we're leaving everything at default. Fairways are soft, greens are soft, green speed is medium, time of day is morning, and the weather is overcast. Let's check out the tee options. We do have two tee options. We are going to be playing from the longest tees, which are the black tees, playing 7,855 yards, and as always, pin set number 1. It feels like an age since I've played in soft greens, so really looking forward to that experience. So here we are on the first tee. We've got a 9-mile-per-hour wind in our face, and I'll tell you something, this looks like quite a challenging opening tee shot. We're just going to try and carry the tree and allow that wind to turn us to the right. We do execute a perfect off the tee shot, and with these soft fairways and greens, hopefully we can play more aggressive golf today and really get close to the flag sticks. So 191 yards to the pin. We've got a 9-mile-per-hour wind in our face. We're going to have to float up a 5-wood. Just going to apply some loft here, and hopefully this does land softly on these soft greens. It's another perfect, good execution. Wind is turning us around really well. We're still going to be a little bit long. And that ran past the pin more than I would have liked. Green speeds are 144. This is a 19-foot putt, slightly downhill. This is going to turn fairly aggressively from right to left. Pushed it a little bit right, but despite that push, we still end up left-hand side of the cup. But we do tap in for an opening par. But such a fantastic concept for a golf course, guys. It really, really is. We step onto the second hole. Looks like we've got options here off the tee box. Don't know why you would take the left hand side. It would leave you a longer approach shot in, plus you're obscured by the trees here. So I'm just going to take this down the right hand side. Just going to shape this a little bit against the wind from right to left to try and lose a little bit of yardage. Oh, there's a huge red slow, and I did feel that. We may kick back out onto the fairway. We do exactly that, but that is going to leave me a lot longer shot into the green than anticipated. Tell you what, that is a tough pin location. I'm really in between clubs here, so we're going to have to go 8-iron, full loft, full backspin, and hopefully land this as close to the pin as possible. Just aiming left hand side, allow the wind to bring us back. We get the perfect. It's tracking well. I need it to go actually. It looks like it could come up short. I have applied a little bit too much loft and backspin there. And that is going to leave me a lengthy putt. Not a lot of movement in it though. But with these slower greens, the beads do break slightly more exaggerated. That needs to turn. It should turn. It does turn. Oh, would you believe it? We've missed it on the left edge. I needed to hit that a little bit firmer. We do tap in another par. We'll step onto the third hole. Wow, this is a monster par 4, especially with that wind in our face. Lighthouse in play here on the right hand side.
This drive should be safe.
That is going to put us in prime location down the right hand side of the fairway.
Okay,
so that's going to leave me a 3 hybrid. Wind is in our face. So I think we can attack this. We do have an uphill slope at our feet. Setting this down the left hand side, wind should bring us back round towards the pin. Oh, not with that fast though. Now that is a tiny fast, guys. You can't really get any closer to the perfect. And look how much punishment I have received there. That is brutal. We missed the green completely, and that was what an 8-mile-per-hour wind tried to push us to the right. Insane. That's got a chance if it's got the legs. It's just got to come up short right. So it's another tap-in par. At the moment we're playing par golf, but I tell you what, this is a very difficult course. Certainly plays extremely tough. It's a great challenge. I think 3 iron's got to have the legs to get there. Certainly want to keep this on the right hand side of the green, and hopefully it runs out towards the flagstick. We do get the perfect. This should be really good. Come on, wind. Wind's not moving me as much as I expected, but this should turn towards the pin, and that is really going to set up a good birdie opportunity here. 10 feet out. Hopefully we can convert this for our first birdie of the round. Should turn. It does turn. First birdie, and we do move to 1 under par. So first of the par 5s, hole number 5. Oh, can we make this? Do you know what? I'm going to take it on, guys. I think it'll be close. Got to execute the perfect here, or a tiny fast at the worst. We do get the perfect. I just hope that's got the legs to get onto the second part of the fairway. It has done. Oh, we convincingly made that. There's no way we're reaching this green in 2. This is a monster par 5, by the way. This is an extremely long course. I'm just going to try and chase 3-wood as far down the fairway as we can. Get another perfect. Really happy with my swing timing so far. Bar 1. Huge red slow. We've not been far off the perfects for the majority of shots. Still a lot of work to do here though. We are 172 yards out, slightly downhill. I think 6 iron with full backspin should land near the flagstick and hopefully bite on these soft greens. Tiny fast, and that is veering left, and with that we're going to be long. Wow, that has really propelled my ball there, and that is going to leave us a test and putt for birdie.
What do I know? That ended up.
But I tell you something, par on this hole is not the worst outcomes. This is a test and putt. I don't think we've allowed enough for the break. Oh wow, we couldn't have got any closer, and once again we're burning the edges with these birdie opportunities. On another day we could be comfortably 3-4 under par. We're not, we're 1 under, and I'm really having to fight for this score so far. This course really does offer a superb challenge on master difficulty settings. I think 6 iron is going to be too short. 4 iron, full backspin, try and float this up, and hopefully it bites. We are really in between clubs here. Hopefully that 7 mph wind does hold us up. No, not feeling the backswing here. It's a red fast. I actually should have took another practice swing there. That is a poor execution, and we are in a world of trouble now. We're going to do well just to get up and down for the par. Going to pitch this out the sand. It's really going to move hard right as soon as it leaves the club face, and hopefully we can get this one close. It's a good execution. This should run out. May come up a little bit short. I would have liked that closer.
Well done. Okay, 10 feet to go.
Certainly a missable putt from 10 feet. I tell you what, these greens are not for the faint-hearted. That needs to turn, it does turn, and that is a fantastic up and down. And we do rescue the par after a terrible tee shot. And we are on the second of the par 5s, this time only playing 545 yards. Setting us down the left-hand side of the fairway. Oh, there's a red slow. Is this going to kick out of the rough? I don't think so. And my swing timing is just gone to pot the last few holes. So this is just a case of leaving myself a pitch shot here. Free hybrid. Just going to shape this round the tree a little bit. Let the wind take us as well. There we go. Great execution. That actually may be a full wedge into the green now I think about it.
Okay, I'm liking it. Back in the fairway.
93 yards. We do have a lob wedge playing 95, so just going to deal off this a little bit. And hopefully we get a firm bounce out here and it sits down as close to the pin as possible. We get the perfect. Wind should take us round. That's tracking really, really well. And And with the soft greens, that was always going to sit down instantly.
Here we go.
And hopefully we can walk away with a second birdie off the round from 4 feet. We do move to 2 under par. Didn't know what to expect when I seen the hole by hole guide of this course. I really didn't expect it to be playing as tough as this, but it really is a fantastic challenge. Okay, so once again just shaping this, turning this from left to right. Oh, we get the perfect, and that should be extremely good. It is going to find this downhill slope. We will have a bit of an awkward lie at our feet, but we've boomed at 309 yards. But it really is a fantastic looking course. Really enjoying it. And like I say, the information and the background on the course with the flyover video is superb. Tiny slope. It is going to stay right. But hopefully this finds the slope. We're past the slope actually, but it does sit down fairly quickly. But I am sure now that these slight slows and fasts are having more of an effect than what they used to have. It could just be me, but the punishment on master difficulty really is extreme. That needs to hold its line. It does hold its line, and we pick up our 3rd birdie off the round. Back-to-back birdies, and we do move to 3 under par. And we move on to the 9th hole. Just going to turn this again from left to right. Hopefully find the right hand side. Tiny is slow. That'll be more to the right than I would have liked. Hopefully it does hold the fairway. I would have liked that more central of the fairway, but bonus is here we are going to have a flat lie. We've got a 6 mile per hour wind. Not a lot of room to work with here. That is a tight green, pin right at the back. I think 8 iron with that wind should just be about good. We have applied a good bit of backspin. Hopefully it lands just a little bit short of the pin and sits down. It's another perfect. This is tracking well. Need it to get down. That should sit instantly. It does. And what a treat playing on soft greens for a change, guys. I think the majority of courses, 99.9% of courses I do play, are firm greens. So it is nice to have that bit of control and being able to fire things at the pin. So we are 4 under. It's another tight drive here. I'm going to have to shape this just to lose yardage. It's a tiny fast. That is going to stay left, but hopefully we've got enough fairway to work with. I really seem in between clubs in a lot of these shots. It's quite bizarre, but a really refreshing challenge. So we've got 175 yards to the pin. Once again, really in between clubs here. I'm going to have to float up 4 iron, full backspin. 9 mile per hour wind should bring us around here, so just aiming at that tree. Oh, that's a slow. That is going to stay right all day long.
This one's heading a little bit too much to the right.
And that will sit down instantly. It has done. Yardage would actually been good if we did execute the perfect, but we do have a chip-in opportunity here.
Our 3rd shot.
Oh, early. We did pull off the fast, overhit it, and with that we've shot that 5 feet past the pin, but it is a simple putt for par. So we do remain at 4 under. I am really being punished for not executing perfects here, and I'm so close to the perfects that it just shows you how accurate you've got to be on this course. I cannot hit driver here. Is Freeweed going to have the legs to get there? It should. I'm actually just going to de-loft it a little bit because I certainly don't want this to run out of fairway. There is quite a few forced layups here. I've pulled off another slope. It's comfortably going to reach the fairway. And that should leave us nothing more.
About 140 yards or so to the pin.
I was going to say a wedge. It is going to be a wedge because also what we have to do here is find that slope. We do have an awkward slope at our feet. Just try to play the slope here and let it filter down towards the pin. That's a tiny fast, but that one's actually holding its line due to me pushing that right. That should sit on a 6-pin, so it does, and that is a fantastic approach shot. It was actually playing for the slope there, but that slope at our feet really added a good bit of carry. We do get back in the birdie trail, and we move to 5 under par. So hole number 12, it is a par 3. 9 mile per hour wind. Tell you what, water is in play here. I'm going to have to go 5 wood. 5 wood should be good.
Oh, wonderful strike.
There's the tiniest of fast. That is going to be bunker bound, I would imagine. We just avoid the bunker. We are in the light rough. This is going to be a delicate chip shot here. Just try and get this close and walk away with a par. Oh, early, there's a huge slow with that. That has came up way short. That is such an unforced error. I was just trying to be too delicate there for my own liking, trying to be too precise. And with that short backswings, it really is tough. But it's a great putt. Really happy with my putting just now. It normally is an area of my game that's really inconsistent. But for the last few rounds, it seems to be the only good, consistent part of my game. So hole number 13. Tiniest of slows there. That is going to come down the right hand side, and I imagine it's going to kick over to the left. Once again, we're going to have another awkward lie at our feet. So with that lie at our feet, I do think we can attack this pin. If we're long left, we do have a backstop there that should take us back. So just playing for that backstop, just de-loft in this. Hopefully we've got enough yardage to find the backstop. Slope's going to move us to the left. Oh, there's a huge red slow, and look at that for a swing line, guys. That's such a rare outcome for me, that kind of swing line.
Well, that approach kind of missed the mark a little bit.
Once again, we are struggling for par here, scrambling for par, relying on my short game. I'm just going to try and pitch this over the bank and get it running out a little bit and checking up as close to the pin as possible. Go on, get in, get in. Oh, it didn't run out as much as I expected. But we do have a tap-in par save, which we do convert, and we are going to remain at 5 under par. So, hole number 14. Once again, you've got options off the tee box here, I do believe. I don't think I'm going to reach that with that wind in our face, so I am going to have to try and take a good bit of yardage off the driver here, because 3 wood's really in between as well. So just almost fully de-lofting this, shaping it. We are going to turn this against the wind. This needs to be a good execution here. We get the perfect, and with that, that does mean we can find this fairway. I seem to be in between clubs for a lot of the drives. So 3 iron into the wind here should be made for this. Just need to pull off a good strike here. Tiniest of slows, and that is going to come up short right now. Needed to pull off the perfect because we're going to miss the bounce on the green now. Yeah, and that is going to leave us a chip-in chance. But it does feel that a few of the holes you're forced into layups with a 3 wood unless you're prepared to shape your driver or take distance off it. That's got a chance, you know. That's got a chance, you know. Go, go. No, it comes up short left. We do tap it in for another par. And I'll tell you something. Par on some of these holes is not the worst of outcomes. And we move on to the 15th hole. We've got a 10 mile per hour wind in our face. So once again, we're struggling to hit driver. I certainly cannot find the second part of that fairway. I'm just going to fully de-loft the driver, try and bend this round the tree that's in play, and find the fairway. It's as tiniest of fast, and look at the punishment. That is bunker, is it? It is bunker. Fortunately, it's not the worst of lies. I think with that wind in our face, we can just about find the pin here. Or get close to it. Oh, that's a slow. That has really came up short. I've really miscalculated that. I could have at least went another 2 clubs down there. But it is going to leave us a pitch shot. 25 yards out. We get the perfect. That's long. Wow, how on earth have I played that so far past the pin there? I played it on the vibration. Must have went way past the vibration. And we are now looking at finding our first bogey at least here. This is a tough putt. That's going to miss on the right hand side. Came up short as well. Didn't want to play it too firm though. And that bogey was always looking likely in the last 3 or 4 holes where my swings just become a little bit inconsistent. So we step on to the 16th hole. It's another par 5. So we do have options off the tee box here. Can we find the right hand side? It really is a more difficult tee shot, but we are going to take it on. Aiming us down the right hand side, and hopefully the wind brings us back into play. There's a perfect. And that is going to work out really, really well for us. You've got lots of options on most of the tee boxes here.
We're around about, I'd say 240, 245 to the pin.
So I think we can comfortably reach this with a 3 hybrid. Try to land this just short of the green. On the light rough. Tell you what, this should be good. Come on, get down, get down. There we go, we have landed it there. It should sit. Oh, it's turning towards it. Oh, get in. Get in. Oh, boom, guys. That is my first albatross on master difficulty settings, and what an achievement that feels like. I've had 2 or 3 on pro settings, but that doesn't give you the same sense of pride as achieving one on master difficulty. So let's have a look at that highlight reel, guys. It is very rare I do show replays here, unless it is an exceptional shot like that one. So I really hope you did enjoy that shot. Why on earth is it just showing me my character here? We're actually not getting to see the flight of the ball. That's bizarre. I've got no way of changing the camera angle, but you see my character's reaction there, guys, and that is a huge achievement. I am delighted I've crossed that albatross on master difficulty settings off on my bucket list. So we do move to 7 under par. Hole number 17, beautiful looking hole. Very, very tight fairway here. Just going to set this down the right hand side, and hopefully that wind brings us back into play. Tiniest of fast. Surely we find the fairway here. That has got a kick to the right. Come on, get out of there. Wow. Once again, just that tiny fast, and you really can't get any closer to the perfect. And it really takes the ball offline. But we can comfortably play the slope here with a 5 wood. Anything on the front edge of the green here, and it is going to run down towards the flagstick. That's actually came out of the light rough really, really well. Needs to get down. Needs to get down. It may be a little bit long. Oh, we couldn't, could we? I was going to say, we could be having another long hole out there. That one for eagle.
That should do nicely.
That 5 wood came out a lot better than anticipated. It landed on the green fairly hot. But we do have a lengthy uphill putt for birdie. Pushed it to the right, and with that it did stay right. Unlucky there though. We will gladly take the par, and we will move on to the final hole of this superb course, guys. It really is fantastic. Like I say, I hope you did enjoy the course introduction and hole by hole guide with plenty of information, because it's fantastic when designers give you the backstory to their course. So another tough drive here. 10 mile per hour wind should hopefully hold us up. Tiniest to fast once again, and look how far left that is going, guys. That is brutal. That is brutal. We do get a favourable kick, and that is going to leave us with a fair bit of work to do here. Plenty of hazards in play here. 5 wood should be good. I'm just going to try and play that slope. It's past the pin. Hopefully we've got the legs to get there. The wind is hurting us a little bit, but it's going to take us more to the right. It's another tiny fast, and with that, that is staying left. That's going to be bunker. Get up, get up, get up. Oh, almost kicked onto the green. It is going to be an awkward chip shot here. This is very awkward, and the green looks such a test here. Need to get this as close as possible to ensure a par save. Oh, it's a slow. That's came up short. This is a missable putt for the par. This is really going to swing aggressively from left to right. It does go into the centre of the cup, and that's a fantastic read, and we do manage to save the par. So there we go, guys, 65-7 under at New Albion. What a fantastic course from the designer Trutio. I hope I am pronouncing that properly. But that is it for today's round, guys. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you think about the course. Certainly get out there and play it. And until the next video, take care, peace out, and love you all. Bye.